Welcome to Spill the Real podcast, the Margarita Book Club for women in their 40s navigating midlife, motherhood, marriage, and that nagging feeling that you should have life figured out by now but don't.
We're two 40-something moms of teenagers, married for years, probably in perimenopause, and still trying to lose the same 20 pounds we've been fighting for a decade.
This isn't about having all of the answers. It's about spilling the real conversations as we wish someone had with us sooner.
So grab a margarita or a coffee and let's spill the real.
All right, we are back for episode, I don't even know what number right now, but the title of today's episode is When the Scale Lies, but the Genes Don't. So we're going to kind of talk about exercise and maybe how our bodies have shifted, maybe our mindset around, supplements and, we just don't do the same things anymore. Our body's not doing the same thing anymore.
No, I can't do it. It doesn't matter what I do. If I do the exact same thing I did as in my 20s and 30s,
not working.
Nope.
Well, we like to go into, and I like to kick us off by always doing a real talk question.
Yep.
And I love tossing it to you first,
You
always,
do.
because then I have time to think through what I'm going to say. So the real talk question today is, what's one way you've had to adjust your expectations of yourself physically?
So I have noticed that how my clothes fit and how they feel on my body makes a big difference. So it's trying to figure out how to wear my clothes to hide certain things and not feel like the clothes are like wearing me out. Not like I don't want to have to mess with something all day. I don't have to be worried about pulling pants up or pulling my shirt, so because I'm not where I want to be and I still want to look cute, like I still want to wear cute things,
right?
But I can't wear the same kind of cute things I wore. I've had to kind of adjust that expectation of my clothing.
Ooh,
that makes sense.
Yes.
Without becoming like frumpy or dressing like
grandma.
Yes. Exactly.
I think you have a cute little trend outfits all the time I see you.
Well, I try, but it's also be very easy to just put on some stretchy pants all the time that I have on right now. But
well, and you know what blows my mind, and maybe this is not where I should be, but I'm going to say it here because you're talking about like clothing and that's where you're like adjusting your expectations. I feel as though, like if you wear a size like 8 in jeans, you're a size 8. Like I could wear size 8 in one jean and then put size 8 in another brand or whatever, and it's too small or it's too big. Like I don't think that the size is like, it could cause any woman to go crazy because the numbers don't line up with the brands, and I don't know.
No, I know.
It's so annoying.
It is. It is. And that's, I mean, it doesn't have to be different brands. Like I swear I can go in Old Navy and put on a style like exactly like you said, and I'll go, well, okay, I think I've moved up a size. And then I'll put it on and I'm like, well, what's going on? Am I this or am I that? I don't know. So yeah, jeans, this day and age for me has to be stretchy. They have to have stretch in them. And then I can get away with the smaller size sometimes.
Well, I have to size down whenever I do a stretch, only because, I'm the one that, lays in the bed, sucks in, puts the tight jeans on whenever I'm going to do a stretch, because by the end of the day, I'm like pulling them up because they've stretched
out. Yeah. I see that too. So, all right. So what's yours?
I don't know what I would say I'm changing my, the expectations of myself physically. Maybe that I used to be an athlete. I like to think that never mind. I'm not in shape. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not in shape. I want to say that I'm still an athlete, and I'm not. That was 20 something years ago.
But you're still you're still athletic, and it's still in us.
Oh, it's in us. It's in my
still
heart.
in us.
It's just
It
not my
really
muscles.
is.
But I think that's one of the things that I've really had to adjust, like the appearance of I want to feel toned. I don't really want muscle. I want to feel toned. I don't know. I'm just what even when I shop, like, and I'm searching online, like I see these outfits with, like, the models are, perfect. And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh," in my head, like, "Oh, I could pull that
Mm-hmm.
off." And then when I get it and I put it on, I look in the mirror, I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's not good."
I know.
So I'm having to really think about, kind of to your point of how the type of clothes I wear and what it, like where it cuts and how it cuts. But also that I'm just not going to be as toned as I was when I was, working out or an athlete and getting in all the things. I'm on the scale, I am actually smaller weight wise, but my body does not look the same. I think that's two big babies, but we'll get into that later.
Oh, well, those babies do a number on us for sure.
Yeah. So you ready to dive in?
Let's just dive right in.
Okay. Where do
I
you want to start?
Well, I don't know. It irritates me. It really does. It's probably one
You're
of the
like, I'm so
biggest
annoyed.
things that irritates me because I just swore it would never happen to me. Like, I would see these ladies like get 40s, getting into 50s, and all the like the pudgy,
Mm.
like who weren't that way in past
Right,
years.
right, right.
Like, I'm not gonna let that happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let that happen to me. And it has happened.
Mm.
It has happened to me.
And I think what to your point too, it's happening to me. Like, I think we say and we make these broken promises to ourselves, and then the ugly things, I don't know about you, the ugly things I say to myself, like at night when I'm scrolling, I could be like, yes, tomorrow's going to be a brand new day, and I'm going to do this workout, and I'm going to eat healthy, and I'm not going to have a carb. And then I wake up and I realize reality is set in. But
Mhm.
last night when I was scrolling and I was like pinning all the exercises and all of the things,
Yeah.
I was motivated then. But
Mhm.
then I woke up.
Yeah. That's all it takes to wake up. Sometimes waking up to a new day is grand, and then other times it unravels our plans.
Mm. I used to be this person, how I looked at like exercise and I mean, I felt like I've been dieting since I was in fifth grade. I've always fluctuated in my weight. You could probably go in my closet and in my basement closet and have five different sizes from small to big in reference to, because I never know what the year is going to hold for me, if
Yeah,
I'm going to be motivated to be skinny or
I know. I,
or it's going to be an off year. But I think when I've been dieting since in fifth grade, I wanted to look skinny,
mhm.
and now I feel like since I've gotten older, it's not even about looking, like I want to feel comfortable in my clothes, and
Mhm.
I do want to feel not comfortable, I want to feel confident,
Right.
right,
Right.
in my clothes. I don't even care now what I look like naked. I mean, at this point, it is what it is.
I mean, well, I think I've said this before. I want to feel comfortable in a
Mm,
bikini in my backyard by myself.
100%. You said that on another
I
episode,
know.
and it resonated with
I
me.
know. And I think about that because I do want to look good for my husband, and he works out and he looks good, and so there is that, but I also want to do it for myself. Like, I
Mm,
want to not feel self-conscious of my belly, and call me stupid. Like, you may say, well, you're 40 years old, you're 44 years old, Christy, why do you want to wear a bikini? Who
mm,
cares? You're a mom, put on the mom suit. I, I don't. I still want to be able to wear a bikini if I want to, and not feel self conscious. And
right.
maybe that's like a I don't know, an oxymoron. Like, you just if just put the swimsuit on, just wear the dang thing. But I'm self conscious when I
Mm.
do. So there are definitely more one pieces in my swimsuit collection these
Well, I
days.
I, I still will do a two-piece. I don't know why, but I still feel like I can and will.
You still rock a
But
two piece.
I don't know about all that. I
You
think
do.
I think that, you know, now when I'm trying to eat healthy and exercise and all that, it's not even to like be confident and look skinny or any of those things. It's really, I realize it is directly related to like my mental health and the energy. So like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when I
Yep.
shifted that a little bit, I don't look at it as dieting. I look at it truly as fuel. Like, okay, if we're, that's really probably why I'm smaller now than I have been in a really long time, because there's so many things that I have to get done in a day. There's not enough hours in the day. So I know what I eat literally can make me
Make
zonked out
make or
or
break you. Yep.
yes.
Yep.
And so by learning that and shifting that, but I didn't have that mentality when I was younger. I didn't
No.
realize what food was doing to you.
No. At 10 o'clock at night, I was eating a glass full of milk and Oreo cookies crumbled up in it. Two of them, even, or a bowl of cereal
Mm,
or whatever. So, food definitely, I have definitely learned that over the years, which Neil has always eaten well and taken care of himself. And even when we were eating well, we thought we were eating well, we were still eating a lot of processed foods.
mm.
Just because it's low fat or low carb doesn't mean it's good for you,
Healthy.
that it's
Right.
fueling your body. So we over the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years have been more geared more towards clean eating.
Mm,
Like, yes, you still need to eat in a calorie deficit or whatever, but like I'm trying hard not to eat a lot of processed
mhm.
foods. I still do. I'm probably like 80/20, but I try.
What's that app? Remember that day in the concession stand when we had to work concession stand together at the
Mhm.
basketball game? What was that app that you shared with me? I'm putting you on the spot right now. And you scan the food or whatever, or you,
Yes.
and it tells you the nutritional value. And I'm like,
It's
no, I don't want to do this
y-
anymore.
Yuka.
You,
Yuka. Is that
yes,
what it's called?
I think that's what
I
it
think
is. I'm
I
putting you
can
on the
No,
spot.
I know, but I forget. Yeah,
But
Yuka.
do you,
Yuka.
Yuka, you use that a lot for, well, now you probably just know what you eat.
Yeah, it you can scan it, and you can scan food, you can scan cleaning products, beauty products, like any of that stuff, and it'll give you a rating of out of 100 where it lies as far as how clean it is or how much crap it has in it.
Right.
So I like my skincare and things like that. I scan and I try to
Mm,
like. I feel like for me, I starting in my late 30s that I had the cards were stacked against me
mm,
really early. Um, and after a cancer diagnosis that was not hereditary or genetic, um, I mean, I don't know what caused it. So that really caused me to look back like, okay, what am I putting in my body?
right.
And then after chemo, get this out of my body, all the things that were pumped into my body just to kill the cancer also cause a lot of other issues. And then throw in a shut your ovaries down so you don't make estrogen, and then to have a full hysterectomy, right, I guess probably right before I turned 40. Um, and then you throw in getting thrown into perimenopause before my
Right.
body was really ready for it. And then you throw in busy schedule and stress and all the other things. Like I just feel
All the
like
things.
all the things. I'm gonna wear my shirt. I got that shirt for Mother's Day. It says all the
I love
things.
it.
I wore it to school the other day, so it's dirty. So
I
I
love
mean,
it. All the things.
all the things.
So, okay, one of the things that I know that you and I have had this conversation like off, almost said off camera, but like off mic, whatever that is.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about, because you brought up like the cancer diagnosis and like the chemo, and then you're pumping full of medicine and things. We've had the conversation of supplements and
Hmm.
like switching of trying to figure out what supplements and like functional medicine and blood work. And I know
Yeah.
that that's can get into a whole nother episode also later, but just as like a highlight, um, we've talked about what are like our go-to like supplements, or what are some things now, because you've been able to go off of your one medicine, right? That was a
Yeah.
big celebration.
Yes. Yes. So recently, so in case you didn't know this, even though I'd had my ovaries taken out, your body still can, well, it still produces some estrogen,
Hmm,
your fat cells. So
interesting.
that's,
Food for thought.
yeah. So I've gotten fatter, and my body does not need. My tumor was estrogen positive, so
Okay.
that was a fuel to my tumor. So like as soon as I got diagnosed, it was get off the birth control, and anything else, like no estrogen replacement for me or anything like that. But so I was still having to take a daily pill to shut that to
To
shut
shut you
that
down.
down.
Gotcha.
Any estrogen production. So I did recently get off of that, because usually I have to stay on it for research shows, like 5 years after, and then you can get off, as long as everything's steady and all that, and everything's been great. So that's been fine. So I got off of that, and now I've just been trying to figure out like what does my body need.
Mm.
So I'm probably making some estrogen again, because they said when I got off of it, it would probably ramp up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know. I don't know. And so I could take a lot of different things, and I'm easily influenced.
We've talked about that. Like in my
Yeah.
40s, I can see anything. I'm like, oh, I'll be willing to try it.
Yep.
Add the cart,
Yep.
ship it to
Looks great.
me.
That looks great. Let's try
Yeah.
that.
I've literally have tried. I can't even begin to tell you how many things I've tried. And some of the things I've tried, I know my body well enough now. And I'm very observant, and I do a lot of tracking to figure out what it works for me and what doesn't. So I pay really close attention. So lots of things have not worked, but there are a few things that, like, I will 100% always do the Arbonne Fizz. Like, that's what I'm actually drinking right now. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing that for years. So like it's, like gives me energy. And then I'm on my third bucket. It's called Needed.
Mhm.
And it is a collagen protein supplement.
Okay.
So it's like, um, flavorless. Is
Mhm.
that the right
Yeah.
word?
Yeah.
And so I just mix it with my
The
fizz
fizz,
in the
get it all in there at
morning.
once. Yep.
And I think it's like 20 grams of protein. So I just kind of got burnt out on protein shakes. I'll
Mhm.
drink a protein shake, but
Yeah.
it just kind of gives me, but something with this collagen, that's kind of the last little thing that pesticides are really big. I haven't dabbled into that at all.
Peptides.
Did I say pesticide?
Pesticides.
Not
I was like,
pesticides.
what have you been reading?
Oh, not that.
Oh.
Um, but I haven't explored any of that.
Okay, well,
Oh, you have. I have. I see it.
Neil has read a lot of things, and it started with because he had the shoulder surgery, and the healing. There's some peptides that are good for like cellular regrowth and healing.
Mm.
So, actually, our friend Kaylin,
Love me some
love me
Kaylin.
some Kaylin. So she told him about that, and so he has started that with something else that you like. They go together. I don't know.
Mm.
He's been reading a lot on peptides,
Now it's gonna be pesticides.
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 Um, and of course, now since he has said that, and so we've talked about it, now I'm starting to see some more
Mm.
things. He said it's hard to find a lot of, like, because I guess it's not FDA approved. I don't know why it seems so
Mm.
sketchy, but apparently it's not. It is like what your body already has,
Has.
and it's just another supplement.
Mm. Mm.
I've heard great things about it. I have started taking, I couldn't tell you what it's called, but it's
Mm.
supposed to help, I think, with like, I don't even know. He just said this is what I probably want. So I just started taking it because I had to give myself a shot.
Mm.
But We'll see. That's I'm early. I have only been doing that for a couple weeks, so I'm
Well,
not know for
I'm so
sure.
intrigued. We talked about this too of like blood work and stuff and where like I think when you hit 40 and I know we'll talk about hormones and stuff later, but their testosterone, like all of your levels, and it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
manage all of that. There's not a lot of specialists and
Mm-hmm.
your primary physicians that are an expert in hormone replacement therapy or what supplements to take to be able
Yeah.
to, as your body's depleting or changing your hormone
Mm-hmm.
balance, right? Like what that looks like. I've had friends that done like testosterone pellets and
Mm-hmm.
shots and
Mm-hmm.
B12s and I'm willing to like sign me up for whatever.
I know all the pesticides.
All the pesticides. Oh my god, I cannot wait till I hear anybody
Oh,
and everybody that's
oh, I
listening right
know.
now are going to give me such a hard time about that.
Well, that's so I got to a point where um I quit like every supplement
Mm,
because I was like, what am I doing? I
mm,
don't know what's working. I don't know if this is doing anything for me. I don't know if my body needs this. It's just I feel like I was just wasting money,
mm,
and I'm like, I don't. So when I last year when I went for my yearly checkup with my Western medicine doctor, my primary physician, um, I was talking about all these things. I'm so stressed. All these things that were going on with me, like I'm having anxiety. I've never been an anxiety ridden person before. Like I'm pretty laid back and things pretty much roll off my back.
mm,
But I was having these weird anxiety, like almost like anxiety attacks. And I'm like, how do you go from not having any to all of a sudden I feel like what like I know you any of you that have those, God bless you. Like stuff just
mm.
comes out of nowhere and
Nowhere.
you're like you feel like it's like doomsday all of a sudden. It's the weirdest thing. But so and it was, well, we can put you on, I don't even know the antidepressants.
Percent,
I
right.
can't even remember the names, but we can put you on a small dose of this. I'm like, but I mean, yeah, I was a little stressed at work and whatever, but I really didn't have any reason to feel that way. So I didn't want to get
Mm.
on a
Appeal.
pill.
Right.
Coming from having to take all this stuff that I had to take through cancer treatment, well, the reason you have to take all of that is to combat something else. It wasn't for the cancer.
Mm.
It was, well, okay, chemo's going to make you sick, so you need to take this. Now you need to take steroids
Because that
because
messes
that
with you.
messes you up. Then you need to take. So you're having to take all of this stuff. It's not doing a darn thing to get rid of cancer.
Mm.
It's combating all the things that chemo and any other thing they were giving me was doing to me. I hate taking medicine.
Mm.
I don't even barely take Tylenol if I don't have. I mean, I have to get really
Right.
bad before I'm taking Tylenol. So why am I taking all this different stuff and
Right.
it's not really helping? But so I did. She did blood work. Checked my thyroid, checked all that stuff. And now I did have low magnesium, which I started taking magnesium. I'd start taking the magnesium glycinate. Which magnesium should I take? I don't know. Let's just pick one.
Mm.
So I start taking I read about that was the one that's like kind of like for stress
Mm.
and help you sleep, and I wasn't sleeping and all this. So I started taking that. Um, just that really. And that 100% helped with the heart palpitations. I was having really bad heart palpitations, and I didn't know if it was anxiety or I don't know, but I would get a racing heart. And then I've had some episodes where like we're talking like 200s.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. I stopped taking the magnesium because I wanted to sit like, oh, I don't know. I just thought, is this really
Right.
working, or is it
Right.
just because like I'm not as stressed? I don't know. Well,
it
yeah.
it did
Mhm.
work. I think
Mhm.
that's what a lot of
Yeah.
people we say this I say this a lot to my clients as well, like you won't know what medicine or supplements do work unless you can't do it all at one time,
Mhm.
and sometimes the best way to tell is if you stop it and then how does your body
Yep.
respond to that. Now not all medicine can you cold turkey stop,
Right.
but something like that, and then you can see if symptoms come back that you were trying to minimize before.
Yep.
So
So
um
yep. not stopping the magnesium anytime soon. And then I just recently started L-theanine. I don't know. It's supposed to help with
Oh, L-O.
L-theanine, I think.
Okay.
I'm probably butchering that.
Listen, I'm taking pesticides, so I don't know.
So I put that. I just now started with that because that's supposed to like the waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to go to sleep, go
Mm-hmm.
back to sleep. That's supposed to help with that. So I take that, and then I did add back in some collagen,
Mm.
like some same thing,
Right, right.
unflavored collagen. I thought that can't hurt anything. So
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
a
the wrinkles were starting to really wrinkle.
well, I inject myself with Botox. Not me personally.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
do
like,
it. I don't do it. But yeah, I go somewhere to do it. I don't do it myself. One of the only things besides like the only supplement that I swear by, like I even get my whole family takes it now is pure saffron.
you tell
And
me that one. Yeah.
it's like this. I mean, your body produce obviously it's a vitamin. I read this book by a doctor. You know, I'm bad about this. I
I
can't
can't
quote
remember. I know.
anybody, and I don't remember anything. But it's raising mentally tough kids. I think is the name of the book. If you're really interested, message me and I'll send it to you. But one of the things that this psychologist and doctor talked about was for kids for anxiety, going through puberty, those type of things, anxiety, mood, that to do pure saffron, not saffron extract, but pure saffron.
Yeah.
I just buy mine off of Amazon, and it is. I can tell when I don't take it.
Mm.
So yeah, I have to have that.
Well, I mean, but it's good though. It works,
Mm,
and you do need, So, but anyway. So, I had gone to a functional health doctor. Um, I'm kind of my next steps is I'm supposed to do the blood work. Well, here's the really crappy thing for women is if you do want to go see somebody like that, a lot of times insurance does
don't
not
cover it.
cover it.
Hmm.
I'm supposed to go get this blood work done that's going to cost $500 or $600. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd rather go on a vacation
Then have blood work
than
that
have
tells
blood
me
work.
what I need to
Exact
possibly
right,
do.
need to do. But I mean, we're not going to know
Right. Well,
anyways.
and I think sometimes too, depending on the type of blood work, you might not get your blood might come back normal, and there's still going to be other things that
Yeah,
that are not going to come back in a blood work,
right,
right?
right. Well, there's another test too you can do
Oh,
that's
of
called the
course.
Dutch test. And it's a urine test, but you like do it through a whole day, and it's supposed to tell you like your hormone levels.
Of course. Have you
Well,
tried that?
not yet, but I'm
Is
supposed
it over
to.
the counter? Is it something you can buy over the counter?
No, but I don't think so. The doctor said they would send it to me. It wasn't like it's not like super expensive or anything. Now for them to,
Interesting.
but then I had to send it. Then they read it, so I don't know. It's probably I'll tell them probably that's probably where they get you. But it just I feel like for women's health, I feel like things are starting. People are starting to
Mm,
make noise about it. Women are starting to say, because we've talked this before, where our moms are just like, "Get suck it up,
right.
girls! Like
Part
it's
of
just part of
life.
life." Like women just thought it was part of life, and there was
Mm,
nothing, So they were struggling through all this
mm.
stuff, and we're talking about it.
Yeah,
We're talking
absolutely.
about it. And I think that's what I think women are gonna have to like we have to start making some noise about it. So insurance does start covering this for us, and there's more doctors to go to who are willing to like do all this blood work. And anyways,
Well,
get on my
because
soapbox.
no, you're preaching absolutely. As you should, because what happens is if we are not targeting women's health, it becomes a domino effect. If
Hmm.
we don't know what's happened internally, whether that is hormone levels or a shift in our body, like our body's constantly. I mean, we were prepared for babies, and
Hmm.
then we had babies, and we produced humans inside
We
of
made humans,
us.
yes.
We made humans. We made the
We
world.
should get royal treatment when it comes to medical
Absolutely.
care.
So, and then like it's, you know how, I don't know about you, but after I had my babies, it took like a year to a year and a half for my body to kind of shift and come back to be normal. And then
Yes.
so that, I mean, that wasn't too long ago, right?
No, just a few years
Just a
ago.
few years ago. But now I feel like, again, our bodies are not shutting down, but like preparing for something just like they
For
prepared
the
us
next
for
stage.
babies
Mhm.
and, all of these cycles. We should have this part of life figured out,
Mhm.
like doctors, of the health after 40, after your body doesn't need to prepare for babies and all of those things. It is shifting and it is
Mhm.
changing. And it I think we're made to feel as though it is a mental health
Yeah.
concern, and we're not finding like the root of the issue, because we could be, working out constantly. Our genes might fit great, but internally we might not be very healthy.
Right. Right. And I see all these autoimmune
Mm,
diseases and things. How much of that is hormones?
mhm,
I mean, I don't know. Like how much do hormones attribute to those things, the changing? When you think about like when kids start to go through puberty,
right,
it like I mean, it's a and then too, like I think about kids who are on like ADHD medicine, and when they
right.
start hitting puberty, that medicine doesn't really work for them anymore. The dosage doesn't work for them anymore. But what like cougar puberty is happening,
Ooh, cute. Cougar
and
puberty.
we
And
need some
over
help.
and over here we take pesticides to
We
cure.
are not doctors. Do not take our medical advice.
Well, and I know that we are a couple of episodes that, if you're listening to this now, to kind of forecast what a future episode will be, is we're going to kind of dive into some premenopause, like some facts around that, and kind of
Symptoms and
symptoms and
mhm.
how to prepare, what that could look like, how soon it could start. So I think this episode too just kind of was the highlight reel again to what are we currently experiencing as women that is not always directly related to premenopause, but like our health. I feel like it will always be a topic of conversation.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
because our bodies are always changing. My mom, we're gonna have to wrap, but my mom, I think my mom's 60 some, what, 67? I think my mom's 67. Um, and she still cares about what she looks like. And I'm like, God, I thought this was all going to go away. Like, eventually I wouldn't care, but like,
Yeah.
she still diets and still cares about what goes in her
Yeah.
body.
Yeah,
And
I have to say I was looking forward to that time where I go, I don't care a
yeah,
lick
yeah.
anymore.
If you want that milkshake, you drink that
Drink that
milkshake.
milkshake.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for tuning in today's episode. We hope that you enjoyed a little bit of our medical advice.
Do not take it.
We're just here with you, winging it,
Winging it.
being influenced
I
about all
don't know if
things.
anything we said today is going to be helpful to any of you, but
If they're like us, they'll be influenced and going into ad car. Okay, I'll try it. Sign me up.
yep.
All right, guys. Until next time. See ya.
Bye.
All right, that's it for today's meeting of the Margarita Book Club.
Thanks for sitting with us and spilling the real for a little while.
If today's conversation sounded like a lot of your own thoughts, you're definitely not alone.
Follow us on social media at Spill the Real.
And come back next week for another round of Real Talk. Same book club, no reading required.